A lot has changed since the last time we were out here in this part of Manville, Texas, known as the beautiful master plan community of Valencia. The last time we were here, these two things behind me were just framing, but now we have two brand new, spanking new model homes from Coventry Homes that I think that you're gonna absolutely love when you put your eyes on them. But before we do that, there have been some heavy hitters in the community that have some inventory deals that are insane. Some up to even $90,000 off the original list price, and I want you to check those out and see if those could be a great fit for you in this market. So this is the new rival to Meridiana, right across the street from 6, amenity center breaking ground. We got a lot to show you today. If that sounds good, stay tuned. So before we get things going on the beautiful deals and these beautiful model homes that we're going to check out today on the channel, I wanted to show you a little bit about what's coming from your amenity package. So you are going to have an event pavilion. You're going to have a little park area. You also are going to have a nice pool that overlooks the overall lake behind us. You can't quite see that because I got it fixed on this billboard in front of us. But a few months ago when we were out here, we didn't quite know exactly what was coming. Now that time has passed on and they have the official design, this is what you can expect. And as you may be able to see behind us, they've already broken ground on it. So things are coming as they are right now, and everything is good progress. They got workers out here right now starting this. So I would imagine that this would be done probably about by the end of the year. Property taxes are going to be somewhere around 3.4, 3.5, give or take, which is not uncommon for this part of the world. As you pay down those mud taxes, they're going to go down over time, just like everywhere else. Meridiana started out high around the corner, and now we're at 3.19, give or take. And so same kind of trend is going to happen over time here. You also are going to have your own on-site elementary school for Valencia, but then you'll have to share some of the neighboring schools in the area. But yeah, just wanted to give you a little bit of a breakdown on the amenities that you can expect. We didn't have all of this information when we were last out here a few months ago, so I just wanted to make sure that you were on top of it. But now let's go and check out some of these absolutely crazy inventory deals that some of these builders are handing out here in Valencia. So first up, we have Perry Homes with a 1992 plan. This one is a whopping $70K off of the original list price, and I think that you're going to love it. Let's go check it out and let me know what you think. So first things first, if you're not familiar with Perry Homes and their naming convention, the plan number, so let's say it's like this one, a plan 1992, that tells you the rough estimate of square footage that you're going to get in the home. There are some plans that will give you modifications where you can make that house a little bit bigger in certain areas that ultimately changes it, but for the most part, if you have a 1992 plan like this one, it's going to be about 1,992 square feet, and we are standing in the office that has the highest ceilings. One of the things that I love the most about Perry Homes, and this is a 45-foot section, which means that your house is going to be about 35-foot-ish wide, so it's going to be a narrow product. But even with that, with Perry Homes, you still have these nice tall doors everywhere. You have these nice wide corridors everywhere. So it feels more elegant and more luxurious in Perry Homes, especially on these one-stories that tend to be more simple. When you look at these kind of homes for other builders, they seem to feel, in my opinion and in my clients' opinions, when they're walking them, they kind of feel a little squat. They feel a little like, it's just a house, it's just boxes, right? But when you get into a Perry home, they tend to do touches like the trim on the cabinetry. The cabinetry tends to go a little bit higher. I think 8-foot doors is the standard now for Perry Homes. So that's something that you're not even paying for, where with other builders you might be. So enough of the yapping. I showed you the office. Let's back up and take this whole house in just so you can see if this is a good fit for you. So open concept, beautiful kitchen. They did install hardware on here. I do believe that on this side of the world, like this is a standard feature for them now. So I don't even think you have to pay for the wood look tile. That's community by community based. But the last time I built a Perry, this was a standard tile. So again, some of the things that you would have to pay and upgrade for other builders, a lot of it comes standard for Perry Homes. Four burner stove, nice backsplash. So going to a design center, that would be upgraded. Subway tile, this is going to be an upgraded quartz. You got the hardware in here, nice size island. So they spent some money in here. Before we go to the little back wing, we'll go and check out these secondary bedrooms. Pretty nice size. Oh, this one has a full ensuite. Let's check out the kitchen, not the kitchen. Let's check out the closet. Nice size. Full bath. Okay, so it's gonna Jack and Jill to the other side, but y'all know the stance. We don't walk through bathrooms on Jack and Jill's. We walk around and we show it to you from the other side. So we're gonna do just that. We're gonna go to the other side and see what is peeking around this corner for us. And we got two more. So that's the other side of the Jack and Jill, sharing off of this bedroom. With your closet here. And we have another bedroom. So that's 1, 2, 3 bedrooms. Pretty nice size. I would say that you would very easily get a queen in here. The wall looks wide enough to get a king, but then it would probably be a little bit cramped this way once you start putting a king in here. That first room for sure. This second room, you'd probably again be able to get a nice size queen in here, no problem. A king would probably fit, but it would probably start to get tight. And we got your laundry off of the guest rooms, okay? So we got, that's 3 and an office that we have in here so far. Another one of the features that Perry often does, especially on their big 1-stories, is give you a lot of fixed windows. And so you don't have that panel in here breaking up the sight line. It gives the, I'll say they don't often do sliders in their inventory, but I would say 90% of the time, you're gonna see a bunch of fixed windows everywhere that give that appearance of having an unobstructed view line to whatever your view is. So I think they do an amazing job of that, and it looks like they did that in this home. So even though you don't have a slider, you have a ton of natural light for your eating nook and for your living room, family room area. Another one of the perks of Perry Home is that they typically have some of the biggest standard patios for their homes. And so this is not an oversized patio. This is gonna be a standard kind of run-of-the-mill patio for this style of home. And just look at the amount of space that you have here. When I'm walking around our neighborhood in Meridiana and we're walking around the lake, I can just kind of tell who's a Perry home just by the size of the patio, because they are typically some of the biggest patios that you'll get, especially on these more entry-level products like this. All right, skipped over something. You're looking at my face. This is a nice size room, so absolutely you could get king size bed here. That's where they would have your TV. So because you do have these windows on this wall, most people would probably opt for having, it would be kind of weird maybe to have the bed on this wall. So I would probably have the Bed on this wall, TV just kind of side wall, caddy corner hung up, and it just kind of is what it is for the layout, because you wouldn't want to block this view, in my opinion. Nice size tub with a little corner niche. Nice size shower, with the little corner niche. Smart design of having the faucet over there so you don't have to get doused with cold water when you turn it on. We got dual vanity. Nice little built-ins. Nice little closet space. In this one, it looks like they put your security system and internet stuff all in your closet. When you're building it, you can kind of pick your location where you want that to go. I know some people don't want that in their bedroom because if anybody has to come and service it, then it has to be in your bedroom, your space. So I know that that's something that a lot of my clients will move to a secondary closet, or they'll put it in the utility closet, something like that. But it looks like it is in there on that one. But overall, this is a stunning home, and standing in it, I can really say that it feels much bigger than 1,992 square feet. It just feels bigger, and that's hard to explain when you send somebody a link or a listing to something like this and they're like, oh, okay, yeah, that's probably gonna be really small by the numbers. But when you come in here, really tall doors, lots of natural light, really wide corridors. You got hallways basically going in every wing. It just feels more grand, and it feels much bigger than it is. And Perry Homes is one of the best people to do that. So now that we got you here, this one is on Satsuma. Let me look at the pricing on this one, just so you know what kind of deal that we're working with over here. Let me find it. So this one is actually, let me go out here and make sure I got this address right, just so I make sure that I'm giving you the right stats. So this one is 19031. Okay. So 19031. This was originally listed on the MLS at 460. They now have it at 489 with a little bit of room. So if you want to go, the best deal that they have right now is on inventory homes that can close within the next, by the end of next month. They're doing a 5.99 interest rate, but you got to kind of keep that price the same. They're also offering closing costs if you use their in-house lender. If you are cool with the price, which this is a pretty good price for the square footage, then getting that inventory interest rate incentive is going to be one of the best things right now, because interest rates shot up this past week to the sevens, right? If you want to go the build route, they're going to have some opportunities and lots availability galore over here right now because they just started this community. So you will definitely have opportunities to do whatever you kind of want in the flexibility on inventory deals versus the build deals. It just depends on how their workflow is. If they're struggling, they'll throw more money at you. If they're doing good, they'll be kind of close to the chest with it. But right now, whether or not you want to build or if you want to go inventory, I think just like anywhere in the Houston Metro right now, the inventory deals are going to just be outstanding compared to building. Building is going to be for a more specific person that knows that they want something very specific and knows that that plan isn't going to do those options like they want it. And the second part of that is having the cash that you can have tied up in that build that is non-refundable, right? So the build process is just for a very specific person. The best deals day in and day out throughout the entire metro, and this one is 80,000, 75,000 off. And we're about to show you one that's between 80 and 90,000 off, a couple doors down. The best deals from a number standpoint, 9 times out of 10 is going to come from inventory. But let's go and keep showing you these deals that we got over here in Valencia. We're just starting out and we're already at like 70,000 off. Let's see where we can end up by the end of the video. All right, now we walked a couple doors down, still on the same street. Even better deal. This is a 2-story home. Now I know for those of y'all that have been watching this channel for a long time, this is probably damn near one of the few 2-story Perry homes that just makes its way to the channel. And I think that's just because of the client base that Perry knows. Perry is probably the most well-known Texas builder. So people that have been here for a while, people that have been in different parts of Houston, people that have been in the Texas world for a while just know about Perry Homes. And that tends to resonate with, I would say, a more mature client base. And so a lot of the inventory stuff that they put on the ground tends to be 1-story. So when I saw that they had a 2-story in the 45-foot sections that does the verticality and things that it does with a crazy deal, I knew that I had to show you this one. So let's go check out this 2-story home and let me know what you think. Look at that. Now, that's not normal for y'all to see on a channel from Perry. On their 60-footers, their 70-footers, their 80-footers, absolutely. But on their 45-footers, they're usually a little bit more chill. Usually a little bit more chill. So this is the office space. Let me get you some of the preliminary stats on this one. This is a 2594 plan. So right around 2,600 square feet is what the base plan of this is. This is your garage. Okay. And out the gate, you got the 2-story foyer, which will lead into your 2-story living. And I'm a fan. Laundry off the front office. Here are your stairs, just to get you some orientation. Your stairs to the left. This is your kitchen that is going to be upgraded. Got nice hardware. We got hardware on all of the cabinetry. Cabinetry going basically all the way up to the top. 4-burner stove. Nice backsplash. Looking really gorgeous. But yeah, tell me what y'all think. Y'all liking the 2-story living? This is what most people kind of describe, and this is what most people sort of want when they build or buy a new construction home in these sort of suburbs. Most people describe loving the 2-story family room and having a 2-story foyer. That's kind of a look that most people describe. And we'll get into all of the cost stats and all of that stuff here in a second after we showcase this beautiful home a little bit more. Again, nice size patio, probably bigger than most for a house that is this size, or this width at least. Heading on over into the primary. Nice big windows. A lot of wall space to put your TV naturally. Enough space to put a king-size bed. Tall ceilings again. 8-foot doors. I believe again, in Meridiana that became a standard. So I believe that is company-wide where 8-foot doors is a standard for Perry Homes, where that is, I know for a fact, an upgrade for most, if not all, other builders right now. Separated dual vanity. Unique. This is traditionally like a 60-foot setup, and you have this with the peekaboo on a 45-foot product. Again, there's just some touches fixed obscured windows, so just letting this natural light in here. There's just touches that Perry Homes will sometimes give that are upgrades to other people, and they just don't do it. This is, and for those of you that aren't new to the channel, you've been watching these videos for a while, and you know that you typically see this sort of a layout on a bathroom shower kind of combo, where this is in a much bigger home, 60, 65, 70 foot wide home, and you're getting this in a 45-foot product. Crazy. So 2 separate closets on this one. Again, if you were building this, you could probably put this in another location so it's not an eyesore and you would have more storage. But yeah, the way this is set up, we're gonna have to look at these stats, because I have never seen a 40-foot or a 45-foot plan do that. And I've only seen a couple 50-foot plans do that. It's usually, with the width that you have to work with, it's usually just more galley style. So I'm gonna definitely look at these stats here in a little bit just to make sure I'm not telling you the wrong thing. But this was listed on the 45-foot section inventory. And there's a bedroom that I missed off of the kitchen. So they have office, primary on that side, and you have a secondary bedroom down here with its own ensuite. Guest bath over here, so that's cool. So people don't have to go into anyone's private bathroom. Looking great. All right, let's go check out upstairs, get my steps in for today. Moving and grooving, upgraded banisters, that's really nice. So they didn't hit you with the pony wall, so this would have been an upgrade. You got the peekaboo on that side. You got the views of the Old Forest on this side with the family room peekaboo, all the fixed windows throughout. Texas size game room. If this was a model home, you would have, of course, the stereotypical pool table right there. Got some attic access. Full-size bathroom. Another nice size room upstairs. So that's 3 bedrooms and a study. And finally, another bedroom. See what the closet's hidden for in these. Bigger. So yeah, man, this one's looking good. This one is, like I said, right around 2,600 square feet. You got the touches that make it just feel wider, bigger, more elegant. Fixed windows all on the second story. All of the windows up here fixed in this sight line. So it just makes it look super nice, super elegant. But now let's go down and check out the stats. So the stats on this one, I'll put y'all down for a second. Stats on this one is that this one is a 45-foot plan. 2-car garage. It is $2,594, as we mentioned before. That is the plan. That is the square footage. This is also, it was also originally listed at $552. They now have it at $478 with more room. So kind of similar scenario to the previous house for Perry Homes in this 45-foot section. This one is in that 80-ish 75 to 80-ish K range. So we're getting higher up. Same kind of principle. If you're okay with that number, which this is a pretty good price for a house this size, I would say that it's a little bit more expensive than what you would see price per square footage than Meridiana. Meridiana is just big enough, and they got builders that have been there for longer. They've already established kind of what the market value is, so prices are a little bit driven down lower, where in Meridiana versus here. I think they're still trying to get their footing here, so they're a little bit higher, but they're also a little bit closer to Pearland. They're also a little bit closer to the Manville Town Center. There's some things that you're paying a little bit of a premium for just for proximity. Even though the community itself isn't as big or isn't as established, there's some proximity games that you're playing when being here. In theory, you would probably be 5 minutes faster to 288 than we are. That has a value for someone that wants to be in and out of the city. So a 30-minute trip for me could in theory take under 30, 25 to 20 for y'all, right? So it just depends, but I think that these are great numbers. It's not far off from where I'm seeing in Meridiana, which is kind of like the gold standard of bang for your buck, size per square footage, and luxury builder. But this is pretty good. So to be nearly a little bit above 80K off with some room, if you don't want the inventory incentive for the interest rate, we can get this lower. Everybody has told me that. So Ty has told me that. Chloe has told me that. That's the game over here. If you want to go lower, we can do it. If we want to ask for some more closing costs, we can do it. But the moment we start kind of doing that, you're giving up the biggest benefit in today's market, which I think is going to be a lower interest rate. So keep that in mind. But I've shown you a 70K off, showing you an 80K off. Let's see what else we got for Perry Homes. Now, I want to touch on this because in the comments, a couple of my client family that have reached out to me from the last video that I showed in Meridiana, they were like, hey man, you're not showing really any of the 50 footers. The issue we have with inventory in 50 footers is that's the kind of the most popular sort of size footprint, right? If you're moving out here to the burbs, there's a high likelihood that you're willing to do a couple things because, you know, you likely have a family, right? You are willing to pay these high property taxes for these schools and these things out here, these mud taxes, because you want to be tied to a school system or tied to an in-house neighborhood school or whatever. And so the size that typically works the best for these younger families that are kind of starting out or are at that age range where you have kids kind of going to school is usually the sweet spot of a 50-foot product. So typically those don't usually sit quite as long, whereas the 45-foot sections are typically maybe a little bit smaller for a family that's moving up into a community like this. And so it's kind of one of the reasons why you'll see a lot of these inventories on a 45-foot section and smaller is because those are going to be for your people that are just starting out and kind of making the decision of whether or not they want to spend all this money for what for many may be considered a starter home. And then you'll have the other side of that where when you get into these 60, 70 and bigger models where the price point is so high that the people that could technically afford those have the finances to kind of build their own. And so the sweet spot on inventory usually relies with the biggest deals in both of those, because anything that kind of hits the market for a 50-foot typically gets snatched up because that's like the wheelhouse of the stereotypical family, you know, spouses and their 2 kids and a dog. That's kind of like the stereotypical family here in Texas that people kind of build around. And so that typically is like the sweetest of sweet spot for 50 footers. And that's why you just don't see the caliber of deals in the 50 footers. They do have some inventory. They just aren't as deal high as the previous ones of 70 and 80 foot. They do have some that are 30K off. I see one that is 40K off, but it's just nothing crazy that jumps out at you like these two that I just showed you that are rounding to 100K off. All right, so we've stepped up to the 60-foot models over here. This one is little under 3,600 square feet. This one was originally listed around 705,000 when it originally hit the market. It is now listed right around 615, so that is a huge chunk of savings. Again, when you get into 45-foot sections and you get into the bigger stuff, that's where you're gonna see a lot of the chunks of your inventory deals happening. But let's go and check this one out and let me know what you think. And this one is one of the first sections that was kind of opened up in this community. So when I first came out here and they were still in their little trailers back there, I don't know if you can see that little flag in the background, but they were still in their trailers when I first came out here, and they started kind of with their bigger, more estate style products, focusing on the 60-footers. I do believe that Perry Homes still has a 70-foot section that they're about to do a model home of that they haven't started yet. So that is still coming. But let's get into this home. It's kind of similar to the previous models. You got the study off of the front door. Right next to it, you have a more formal dining space. And we have a guest room with an ensuite. Mud set shower into the floor. More storage. And this is kind of more what y'all would see from a big two-story on a much wider plan from Perry. And this is just absolutely gorgeous. You got the catwalk over there, nice banister stairs, really big fan, fireplace, open concept with an eating nook over here. So if you didn't want to use that for formal, or if you wanted to make that, I don't know if this plan has a media room. This is probably big enough to have its own media room. We'll see when we get upstairs. Seeing this for the first time with y'all, but you could close that up, make that into a little media space, and use this as your dining area, kind of informal. And I love walking in houses like this with no lights on, because you can just see how much natural light gets in here without me flicking a switch at all. You got your little butler's niche over here. Also a little coffee bar kind of area. That is your pantry. Go in because somebody on my last video said walk inside and show me what the pantry is like. So I'm in here. I don't feel claustrophobic. I don't know if I would call it a true walk-in. You can technically step in it, but I ain't got that much room in there, okay? But pretty nice size for this size of a home. A lot of countertop space. Upgraded tile, decorative hood cover, microwave and stove, or microwave and oven combination. Hardware throughout. Got the decorative paneling throughout, or is this actually operational cabinets? They gave you full operational cabinets all the way around, so nice touch. Again, really wide, really big, standard patio on this house with the gas stub out. Also got some plugs and data up top. Make sure I didn't miss any other rooms back here before we get it going. That's probably just a garage. Yeah, that's your garage with your mudroom area and your laundry. And this is gonna be a guest bath off of the main living room. But yeah, this is a beautiful plan. So we'll go over all the stats once we kind of get done with everything. Love this window detail. This is a familiar sort of Perry kind of look. They like that window design. Again, big enough room for a huge king size bed, enough wall for your TV to be down here. And remember that peekaboo that I was telling you about in that 45-foot section, which is uncommon. That's pretty standard for a Perry home to hit you with the peekaboo. Dual vanities. Probably got a toilet over there, and then we got closet number 1, closet number 2. So yeah, this is a beautiful plan. This is a very beautiful plan. I like how this looks a lot. I don't think I've ever seen this specific plan. You start seeing them, you start seeing one, you start seeing them all. They all kind of take inspiration from each other, you know, as you just kind of go through all the builders. They have their specific fingerprint that they put on how things look, but the layouts kind of start to look the same. But I don't think I've ever seen one that quite looks like this one. So I'm glad that I stopped by and checked out this deal here today. So let's go upstairs and see what they got going. It does look, okay, so Texas game room up here. Fixed windows, that seems to be the theme with Perry Homes up high, giving you that nice fixed window. Do they have this kind of set up as a, all right, so they do have this set up kind of as not like a true media room because you got windows in here, but an entertainment space. You could black these out probably or put some blinds up. They gave you multiple plugs down there, stuff for your AV sound. Looks like it's pre-wired for speakers. Plugs up there for speakers as well. So you did have a media room, so you'd be able to keep your formal dining down there. You wouldn't have to get rid of anything. Bathroom off of this room. This is a really big room. See what the closet's looking like as we step up in size. This room didn't get love on the closet. They got room on the room, but not the closet. So let's go check out across the catwalk, see what we got across that catwalk. Loving the peekaboo on both sides of the house. Love, love, love a good peekaboo. Let me go into this wing of the home where we have another nice sized room. Pretty good closet. About the same as the much bigger room next door. Got another bathroom that is shared for this wing. We got another nice sized room with, let's see what the closet's hitting for in here, and then we'll go talk stats. Decent closet for a room this size, again, about the same size as the bigger room around the corner. So that is 5 bedrooms, a media space, and a study, and a more formal dining. So that's a lot of rooms in here. Like I said, this is close to 3,600 square feet. So this is a really big house. This wouldn't be too dissimilar from any of the other big Perrys that we've seen and showcased on this channel. But this is the first time that I've specifically seen this one, so I'm glad that I got a chance to see it with you. As far as stats go, we talked already about the price on this one. It's around $90K off. This is a 60-foot wide product. It is 3,546 square feet, and it is a 3-car garage. And if you probably tried to build this one, you wouldn't be close to that $619 price, unfortunately. That's the benefit of having something that sits a little bit longer. Those deals are gonna start coming your way. Like we said earlier, if you want the number lower, you're gonna waive that interest rate. If you want the interest rate and you're okay with what the number is, that's probably the best deal right now. And that is what Perry Homes is working with. Now, there are other builders here. We got Pulte over in this community. We got Beezer that is coming in this community. I don't know if Beezer has anything on the ground, but I saw them building their model home. And then, of course, we have Coventry, their brand new models that we're about to go and check out that we looked at the very front of this video. We're on our way to go and do that right now. But I had to show you deals rounding to 100,000. If I'm seeing a deal that's rounding to 100,000, I gotta put it on the channel for you because, again, if you're building a house the exact same way, you can't get to that number. And I wanna make sure that my client family see it first. But before we head on over to those beautiful Coventry models that you haven't seen in Houston yet, nobody has shown them to you, I'm here asking you why you haven't called, texted, emailed, hit the comment section and said, Aaron, you're my go-to guy, and when the time comes to buy that house, you're the only person that I'm calling to go on this journey with you in the Houston Metro. You haven't done that, and it's breaking my heart. I done shown you a model that you ain't ever seen on this channel before. I'm about to go and show you 2 brand new models from Coventry Homes that you haven't seen before, and I'm still waiting. The phone is dry. Phone is absolutely dry right now, and I'm trying to figure out why. Come on, hit me up. Come on, hit me up. But no, in all seriousness, I've built great relationships with some of the salespeople here. Some of them have even come from my community of Meridiana to be moved over here. Some have come from Pomona that I've sold a lot in to over here. And so I'm very familiar with the builders over here. I've worked with all the builders that are over here, and I know that they can do a great job for you. But if you want these deals and you want that extra finagle, you want that extra sauce on a deal for you and your family's home, hit me up, call, text, email, comment section. Let me know that you're going to go and check out any of these communities. That way I can kind of work my magic and make sure that you're getting the absolute best number. If you're a little bit more solo and you're a little bit more independent, you want to just hit these places up and then hit me up afterwards. As long as you put my info down when you're there, I can take care of you. Many times y'all will go out there, and it's been happening pretty much every day at this point. Y'all will go somewhere, shout me out. The salesperson there will be like, hey, Aaron such and such showed up. We're gonna take care of them if they decide to write a contract. That's what I want for you. Anywhere you go, if it's on this channel, there's a high likelihood that we got that kind of clout and we can make sure that you got the best deal. But enough of that yapping. Let's go and check out these 2 brand new models that you have never seen in Houston. So as promised, we are at the brand new model home for Coventry Homes here in Valencia. This is the Ingleside plan. If you look back 3 or so years ago on my channel, you could find this plan. This was an old Cane Island model, but I haven't seen this model on this side of Houston in a really long time. So I know that I had to show it to you, and I think that you are going to love it. Let's go and check that one out. I think my girl Danielle is in here. If she's free, we may put her on camera today and ask her a couple questions. But if not, she's got me all coached up on all the incentives and everything coming along with this home. But let's go take a look. Gorgeous. So out the gate, you got 2-story foyer, some different spaces. Just kind of doing a little quick preview with y'all. Zebra lines are unpaid actors, and we'll go through and take it space by space. But so off the front door, we got a suite with a beautiful bathroom off the front door, beautifully designed. Got more storage. This would typically be your garage area, so you would come out of there and into a mud. Beautiful, beautiful. Got your office tucked off, not directly on the front door like everything we've been seeing today, but space inside, so getting kind of closer to the heart of the home. Because it has a closet, little area. This could technically probably be converted into a bedroom. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And then you come up and you just got this view. Whew. My goodness. All right, stepping in here, you got the laundry. It looks like it is connected to the primary, but y'all know the vibes. We don't walk through. We're gonna walk around so you can see it. This is my aesthetic through and through. We got them natural woods, we got the blacks, we got the white countertop. Villain aesthetic, as I like to call it, and it is, whew. Man. But yeah, nice cabinetry, goes up pretty high. Hardware on it, looking beautiful. Upgraded tile, gorgeous. Beautiful flooring. This looks like wood flooring. I can't tell. I'll have to ask Danielle if this is wood flooring or not. This is gorgeous. Informal / formal because it's tucked off. It has its own separate space, but it is a part of the overall kitchen area, right? So informal, but it is tucked off to the side. It's not floating in the middle of a room, which I love. Back patio, and I haven't mentioned this is a 50-foot. They're still working on getting their landscaping going. Again, y'all are one of the first people. This is kind of the perks of having somebody that lives in the area that has these relationships, is you can kind of see these before everybody else does. And so ignore the mess. By the time you come out here, it might be all done, but just wanted you to get in here and see it before anybody else does. So nice size patio. Got your pre-plumb for your kitchen, TV over here, enough room for a table. Really, really nice. So unlike Perry, where we were seeing, Coventry usually likes to do a little slider on their nice inventory stuff. So I wouldn't be shocked if you saw any of those when we come back to check out their inventory. And then this view from here is just gorgeous. So you step back and you're just like, I made some good decisions in life. Look at that. Beautiful kitchen, beautiful views up. Just looking like I made some good decisions in life. Look at that. Gorgeous. Let's go check out this primary, see what that's hitting for. Okay. Loving the bay detailing with the windows. This is kind of a stereotypical look for what their Coventry plans look like. And I don't believe you pay extra for that. I think it's become kind of more of a standard feature for their layouts. At least on this side of the world. I know it's different in every market. Pretty pretty. Again, villain aesthetic. I'm gonna try to get the zebra lines to go away. Decent. They're going away decent. Let me turn these lights off because y'all gotta take this in. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful tile. And again, so remember when I was telling y'all about the Perry home, how on a 45-foot, it's very unusual to have them kind of back to back like this. This is more in line with what you would expect with a 50-foot product, where it's kind of separated, but it's a little bit more galley style, or the tub and the shower would be like kind of side to side is usually the layout. So that is a very unique plan, but how this is laid out is very gorgeous to me. Again, villain aesthetic, beautiful tile work, really nice size, dual vanity, closet, Gorgeous size. That connects to your laundry. That is a 60-foot style feature. So when you get into the 60 and 65-foot products, most of those connect at you'll have a connection point from your closet to your laundry room. That way you can just do laundry and then bring your stuff right into the closet. That's a feature usually on bigger houses, so it's cool to see on a 50-foot. Let's go check out upstairs, and then we'll talk numbers on this one and base plans and availability, incentives. We'll talk all that stuff. Texas game room. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Looking at some of their warranty stuff that they have over here. And then you have the media space. I have seen people pay a little bit extra to close this off, so it is a true separate space. But the default for a lot of these spaces for Coventry is kind of like one little fun flow. You can be in the media room, you can be in the game room, entertaining both spots. They usually give you a little bar. Many of my clients that have built plans like this will put like a little wet bar in there so you can serve, so on and so forth. But gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Y'all know I love a peekaboo on both sides. And this one's giving it to you. Gorgeous. Villain aesthetic all the way throughout. I love it. Little pink room. Call that the Pink Panther. And what did I tell y'all? So, 2 kids and a dog, right? So you got a boy room. It's like football, basketball, hockey. Girl room. You got, it's pink and it has shopping stuff and it has ballerinas and stuff on the wall. That's just kind of what they do in this 50-foot plan. And that because like I said, the bread and butter, sweet is the sweet spot. 2 dogs and 2 kids and a dog is the family unit for this size home. Gorgeous. All right. Let's go down, talk a little numbers, and then we'll go and check out the 60-foot 1-story plan next door. But yeah, so that's 1 bedroom, 2 bedrooms. Was there a bedroom? No. 4 bedrooms, media space, game room, and a study, and an informal, formal dining. So super gorgeous. So the deal right now for inventory, they do have some inventory stuff available, is if you can close by the end of February, then you can get 5.99. If you are VA or FHA, you can qualify for 4.99. So to get that lower interest rate, that may be the better case for you. We run the numbers. That of course is going through their in-house lender, which is Jet Home Loans, which is pretty much who they use throughout the metro. In terms of pricing, like I said, we are in the Ingleside. It is 2,800-ish square feet as a base. Base price on that is $507,000, give or take. As it stands and as it is dolled up how it is right now with all the bells and whistles in it, you can get it just shy of $700K. So they put quite a bit of work in this one. Once you include the lot, include all the work, it would be around $700K for you to duplicate this right now. But if you like this floor plan, for a house that is this price, Most people, historically, most of my clients are going to put 10 to 15% in. So let's just run through the numbers of how that happens and how that money gets allocated. You got people that will say I'm indoor, outdoor living. So sliders, 15,000. They'll come in here, upgrade the cabinets. That might be another 10 to 15,000. So now we're at 30. Then you'll come and you'll say, I don't want the base model floors. This is a pretty big house. So you would upgrade the floors. That might be another 10 to 15. So now we're at like 45. And then you'll upgrade the countertops in your house. Now we're at that 50 to 60. That's pretty much how it happens all the time. And then you'll kind of go back and forth on, okay, we don't need the slider. We want the prettier primary bathroom. We want the outdoor kitchen. You'll kind of go back and forth, but most of my clients are going to land on that sweet spot when they're building, all in between cosmetics and structural changes, somewhere around 10%. Now, when you're building when you're building over here, you're going to get somewhere between 20 and 30K. So I believe the 60-foot product, I believe, is 30K. I believe the 50-foot product is 20K. We got some room. I've worked with them a lot. We can probably get that up a little bit. Don't tell them I told you that. But we can probably work that out if you just need a little bit more to give you more room to really do what you want to do, or try to get as close to this space and this model as you can. We can probably work that out. They are also offering, if you are going to finance and build ground up, they're also offering up to 4% towards closing costs if you're going with their in-house lender, like we talked about earlier. So I'll say over the last 8 months, they have been historically one of the best when it came in terms to just like consistently having really good incentives around the metro. Coventry has been killing it on the incentive game, absolutely killing it. And they have really kind of caught the eye of a lot of my clients over the past 8 months to a year, where that I don't know, they've just kind of picked up and they've kind of kicked a lot of people that used to be like a go-to for a given. We're going to check them out. Coventry has really kicked the door down and been like, I'm in that trap now. People love me. I got good incentives. I usually have a good stock of inventory that I can go and check out and put eyes on that are usually upgraded pretty nicely. And so they've been killing it for my clients in the metro as of late. And it looks like they still got great deals over here. But now I'll go and see if my girl Danielle is free. And if she is, we'll talk to her. If not, if she's ready to be on camera, we'll put her on. If not, we'll go and check out the 60-foot and let me know what y'all think. All right, so my girl Danielle was getting some things wrapped up. This is kind of like an off day for her. She was in there kind of catching up on some paperwork, so she wasn't quite ready, but we'll be back so y'all can see Danielle and see who it is, and she's ready for y'all any day of the week. She says she basically has no off days, so if I tell her that one of y'all are coming, she's gonna come up here and make sure that she takes care of y'all. But now we're gonna go and check out the 60-foot Lindsay plan and let me know what y'all think. Let me know at the end whether you would go with the 50-foot on the 2-story or this big 1-story that has all the spaces that you could ever need. Let me know what you think.
Front door.
Beautiful. Extremely tall ceilings on this model. Extremely tall ceilings on this model. Gorgeous. Beautiful tiles. Gorgeous. So I've had the privilege of having some amazing clients that have done the full design build process over the last few months with Coventry. And The options that you have with Coventry as well are super nice. Like you can go in there and spend as much money as you want with all the hardware and all the sconces and all the flooring and carpets and everything that you can put eyes on right now. You can go in there and get up to a level 10 on everything that you want, right? The options, the overall just volume of options can oftentimes feel overwhelming. But I say that to say not to confuse you or to make you feel as though it is an overwhelming process. If you go in there with a design eye, you can get pretty much exactly what you want that you've seen on Pinterest. Those things that you've been saving for all those years, you can pretty much get it like that, because there's going to be some variation of a free, a paid, and an expensive and a luxury version of it to get the exact look that you want. So depending on what your budget is, like I said, most people are going to stay in that 10 to 15% total all in. But if you want to swing for the fences and do some more customizable looking things, you can get that with Coventry and their options. So we got 2 beds that we've already seen. This is going to be their their dining room kind of nook space. I love this plan because this is like my ideal plan, because everything is kind of off of the heart of the home, which is the kitchen. So you can entertain and kind of be in all spaces at once, you know, depending on the things that you pick out and the actual spaces that you pick out. You can be in everywhere, right? So this is the dining room area right off the kitchen. You have huge island. This is an enormous island. Tiles going all the way up to the top of the ceiling. We got the media space in here with the alcove lighting up top, looking really gorgeous. No window, pre-wired for speakers, so you can do that and have that if that is what you desire. If you want the actual movie media space, you can have it. And again, you come right back out and you're into entertaining with everybody else. You go next door, and if you work from home or you want this beautiful space, you can have it. It's a beautiful study, 2 large double doors from your office. And so it is fixed windows. This is super gorgeous. Again, when you're done working for the day and you want to come out into the mix, you are right into the mix again. Gorgeous. Slider, nice size patio, kitchen, TV, everything that you need, all the spaces that you would need. And then this one has the added benefit of also having a true game room on a 1-story plan. And so you do have this bonus space back here, this flex space that I've seen where this has become like almost like a studio when that's closed off, if you decided to go that route. But otherwise, it is a true game room. So of all the stuff that we saw in these 2-story plans, you don't have a loft on this one because this is in fact a 1-story, but you have enough space on this plan to get exactly what you want, okay? Guest bath here, or they can have this tied to this room and be this bath. Another little in-law suite. So that is, how many rooms? That is 1 room over there, 2 rooms over there. We got a media office, 3 room back here. And then game room. So again, like I said, this is the plan with all the spaces you could ever need. This plan has it. And then you have your absolutely stunning wall of windows, tons of natural light in your primary suite. Come back in here, got the peekaboo, again, because we're getting into a bigger footprint, makeup bar, dual vanities, tons of natural light. I would obscure that because you got neighbors all in your goodies. If you don't, shower, huge shower with the bench. Then you got a closet. And then you got another closet. And that, my friends, is Valencia. So we've seen some incredible inventory deals. We've seen 2 brand new models that you haven't seen on anyone's channel here in Houston, brought to you live. We're in Valencia, right around the corner from a couple booming and happening communities that you know and love on this channel, including Pomona, including my hometown, not my hometown, my home neighborhood of Meridiana, that you absolutely know and love on this channel. And this builder and this community, this developer, has put their name in the hat and want to say that Valencia is the belle of the ball when it comes to the Manville, Iowa Colony area. But what I showed you today, is it enough for you to pass up on all those known and loved communities like a Pomona or a Meridiana, or to spend a little bit more and go a little bit further down the street and go to Siena? Is it, in fact, enough for you?